Hello and welcome to Enter the MultiVersus, where we look at characters from the world of WB and see how they would work in the free-to-play game MultiVersus. And today's character is a personal choice of mine, per usual, and one you'd be a little surprised to actually see join the roster. I mean, he is the devil himself, Lucifer Morningstar. Now let's learn about some interesting facts about his origins, other than the fact that he is literally based off, the devil himself. But this interpretation is actually based off the TV show of the same name, about Lucifer working with the LAPD, more specifically Chloe Decker, and how they solved many different murders across LA, with a few interesting integrations between heaven and hell. This actually might come across as a surprise to a lot of people, but Lucifer Morningstar is actually a DC character. No joke, the show was actually based off the interpretation of Lucifer based off the DC comics, meaning we could actually see this potential Lucifer playable in this game. And of course, played by the magnificent Tom Ellis. So do you think the devil will have a good time when he enters the multiverses? Let's find out. For Lucifer's class, I categorized him under the assassin. Fighting style wise, he's a hybrid assassin. Though at times Lucifer loves to get into good old fashioned fistfights, when he has to use his devil-based powers, he actually has superhuman strength to even push a powerful being away. But another weapon you actually see him use from time to time is a demonic dagger. I was thinking about using a specific sword I won't go into detail with on account of spoilers. It's actually a really good show. You should watch it on Netflix. But I feel like that sword itself would be a little too OP or would have some continuity issues. So the demon dagger I think was the best way to go with this character. And of course he would have his angel wings appear from time to time to use for some attacks. But what makes Lucifer a really interesting character is also his special attacks, with of course his standard special being one of the most signature things about him from the show, where he just asks, "What is it you desire?" This actually has two different types of effects. When doing this ability in front of an ally, you actually give him a temporary stat boost depending on the certain situation. For example, if you want Shaggy to automatically have Enrage mode activated, Lucifer can actually activate it for him automatically. But it does take a while for it to start up. These stat boosts only depend on the character you have on your side, and the specific abilities they currently have. But if you actually do this at a foe, you'll actually give them a weakened state stat. After all, they just told Lucifer their deepest, darkest secret. So of course they feel a little weakened by it, but they're probably going to feel a little bit more weaker when they see Lucifer's side special, which is the Devil's Charm. Just like with Bug's side special, if used in front of a foe, an enemy will be charmed by the devil, of course stunning them temporarily. But this is only his grounded side special. He actually has an aerial iteration known as the Hell Loop. When doing this in the air, Lucifer will actually slow time around him and he'll teleport to a spot of your choosing, working a little like Morty's side special, but this can also be very effective for your allies to get a good shot at your enemies. But it does need a cooldown after using once. If you use this move again, he'll just only dash forward. For Lucifer's up special, it's of course his angel wings. When activated, Lucifer will actually have his wings appear and then he'll soar into a direction of your choosing. What's also really cool about this ability is you can also use this to also carry your allies and or enemies. And of course if you pick up your enemies, you can also attack them. And lastly, his down special is the Devil's Anger. When Lucifer gets angry, his eyes start blazing red. When activating this ability, which will have a cooldown after using, Lucifer's fists will catch on fire, and every time you hit an enemy, they'll actually get an ignited status effect. But just like with Tom and Jerry, you have to hit him a couple more times in order for it to take effect. For Lucifer's perks, his first one you get will be called Deal with the Devil. When Lucifer adds a status effect to either his allies or enemies, he will actually gain the attribute of that specific character's abilities. Of course, using Shaggy again as an example, if you use your standard special against Shaggy, you will gain his Enraged ability. Or if you use this on an ally like the Iron Giant, you'll actually gain his Thorn ability. So his attacks are only character specific. His secondary perk is Guardian Angel. And how this works is if you actually use your up special, once when the animation is over, Lucifer will actually cover himself with his wings, making a temporary shield, protecting him from enemy attacks or even projectiles. For Lucifer's taunts, his first one will actually have him put his hand in his pockets, having an expression like he's bored. Taunt number 2 will actually have him spinning a coin in his hand telekinetically. For his third taunt, Lucifer will actually make a shot glass appear and then he'll start drinking from it, as Lucifer has been known to drink a lot of alcohol throughout the show. And for his final taunt, he'll actually start partying like if he was at Lux. For his costumes, his first one is a pretty obvious one, it's his devil face. I excluded it from his moveset because I wanted to make it an alternate costume as it makes the most sense and you hardly get to see it in the show. Costume 2 is Lucifer from 1946, where he'll even have the film noir black and white color, as well as a nice homage to the film Casablanca. Costume 3 is actually his original DC design from the comic book series, and for his legendary costume, it's his twin brother, Michael the Archangel. Here are the unique dialogues I think Lucifer would have with the characters of MultiVersus. This is how I can see Lucifer Morningstar entering the MultiVersus. Though he isn't really the quickest assassin, he is a really status-heavy character, whether giving his enemy status effects or giving his allies stat boosts. All you have to do is make sure to be careful when you deal with the devil. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, make sure to subscribe and ring the bell for notifications. Also, check out my original moveset concept series, Set for Smash, or the other variety of content I make on this channel. We still have 2 more classes left we'll be talking about in Enter the MultiVersus, and trust me, you don't want to miss the next time when we enter the MultiVersus.